For those, would you bow your head with me as we pray? With this now. Here are the foods that you should avoid if you have high blood pressure. Number 9, and in my book, number 1, Mr. Pig. We should stop doing that. Alcohol. Refined sugar. We were just talking in the break how addictive sugar is. Margarine. Saturated fats is what it's talking about here. If you have high blood pressure, these foods, fried foods, oh no. You're just killing the African American's diet. Pork. You know, bacon and pork, you know what the difference is? Nothing. The difference is nothing. Milk, chocolate, saturated fat again. Chocolate has theobromine in it, which is very similar to caffeine. Refined flour, that means the white flours. White breads, white pasta, small cakes. And number 1 to avoid, beef. These are 9 foods that the internet people say you should avoid. Now that's an amazing thought. 2 of them were the same. Bacon, they've separated bacon from pork, which I think is hilarious. All right? We're going to move there. We're not going to go to this lady who got tricked in believing that she wasn't black. And here, we're going to go to another one. High blood pressure or hypertension is a serious health condition left untreated. It can lead to these things. Heart disease or a heart attack, heart failure. You know what the number 1 symptom is for that you have heart disease? Death. Kidney disease, stroke, eye damage. So what do? I'm going to pause this for a moment. I'm going to pause this. It says, things that you can do for a home remedy that will lower your blood pressure quickly and effectively. Something that you can do. Now, the one thing I tell people that they can do, you can drink some tea, garlic tea. Mince up some garlic, and they're going to give you the recipe here, but they're making it much more delicious than what I'm suggesting. Garlic tea, but you can put honey and lemon in it. And garlic is wonderful for the arterial system, for the arteries. It will cause your blood pressure, if it's low, to go up, and if it's high, it will bring it down. And so what you need for this remedy, they say, is 3 cloves of garlic, 1 lemon, and a cup of water boiling, and optional 1 spoonful of honey. And so what they do is you will take the garlic and you will mince up the garlic and you will press it, put it in a garlic press like this, put it in a cup, mince it over. Yep, there you go. I think they're going to take, I don't know if they're going to do 3 or 2. Looks like they're only doing 2. There you go. Scrape off that part right there. Oh yes, that's the good stuff. Then you're going to take and you're going to scrape off the rest, put it in there, and once it's inside, then you're going to take, and I think they might add the water at this time. I'm not sure if they'll put the lemon in before or after, but we're about to find out together. I've never watched this video. I just put it in. You wait for 10 minutes for all the garlic to release its allicin. So you're waiting for it to release its allicin. Then you add the garlic to the hot water. Put it like in a tea kettle, like if you were from the British Empire. And once you do that, now this one here, okay, I think they added a little bit of water to cool it down. I'm not certain. Since we're not listening to them, now they're going to juice some lemons. Take and just use a regular juicer. This is all about lowering your high blood pressure. This is a tea to lower your blood pressure. Garlic, lemon, hot water, and a little bit of honey. Basically, what that is called is lemonade with garlic in it. All right?
Without sugar.
Without the sugar, that's right. The lemonade, the sweetener is going to be
We're going to add some honey, maybe.
the honey. I suspected that they put that in already, but there you go. You see them pouring in the garlic tea. Now they're going to add the lemon juice to it. Okay, very nice. Mix it up. Oh, yes. Garlic and onion both are very good for the blood pressure. Garlic being higher in allicin, from my understanding.
Do you know if allicin is retained if they are cooked?
No, my understanding is it should be, it's better when it's raw. Yes.
So I saw that she waited like 10 minutes to release the allicin.
Yes, so she just let it sit for a while. And then that caused it to get stronger. Have you ever noticed you put garlic in something, fresh garlic, you leave it in there, and then a little while longer it's stronger?
Yes.
Yes, that's one of the things talking about. Yes, sir.
Is there a time of day you should drink it in order for it to be more effective? Like morning or before going to bed or?
Well, if you know that you are having symptoms of high blood pressure, well, there's a couple of reasons why you could be having it, but if you know that you're having it, especially, you can drink it anytime. I don't know if any time is better than another. You know, it all depends on the person's health.
I would just be thinking putting it in an empty stomach would be better.
Well, actually, so one of the things that we encourage people to do, that if they know that they're dealing with high blood pressure, is to fast. And we give them the teas to drink and things like this, so that their body can aid in the healing. Okay? All right, so I'm going to clear this. I'm going to move here. Hypertension. Hypertension, I showed the video first this time. Facts worldwide, high blood pressure, hypertension is estimated to cause 7.1 million deaths. Do you remember how many deaths that heart disease was? It was 7.2 million. This equals about 13% of the global fatality total. Across WHO regions, research indicates that about 62% of strokes and 49% of heart attacks are caused by hypertension. 2009 worldwide, 1 billion people had chronic high blood pressure or hypertension. The message for World Kidney Day 2009, hypertension and kidney disease, a marriage that should be prevented. That's hilarious. And so that's from the Journal of Nephrology. Nephrons are the little factories in your body, in your kidneys, that recycle the waste matter, the water. So the blood goes through. Sit up, please. The blood goes through, and then the kidneys, little factories. And when you are not healthy, these little factories go offline. They stop working. And then you lose percentage. You have a certain percentage of working kidneys. And then when it's too low, then you're on dialysis or you're trying to get a kidney replacement. And so it's predicted that in the U.S. and other developed nations, the number of adults with high blood pressure will increase from 333 million to 413 million by 2025. How many years is that?
Yeah. 7.
7 years from now, it's going to increase. And in developing countries, the number of people with hypertension could rise by 80% to 1.5 billion. Why would so many people in developing countries get hypertension? Because they start to become more financially secure, and as they do, they start eating and living like people in the first world. And then they'll start having the health problems of people in the first world. And so, what is blood pressure? Blood pressure is a measure of the force the blood exerts against the walls of the arteries. Pressure is measured by the distance in millimeters that it will raise a column of mercury. So your systolic pressure, the highest level of blood pressure, exists when the heart muscle pumps blood out of the heart. Your diastolic pressure is the lowest pressure obtained when the heart rests between beats. High blood pressure, hypertension, is an increase of pressure in the blood vessels over a period of time which is 140 over 90 or higher. What is considered normal blood pressure? It's 120 over 80. Okay?
Okay.
The lower is better. Yes, sir.
Can you explain the numbers again?
All right.
The diastolic and
Candace. So the higher number is always going to be higher because that's when your blood, when your heart pumps, the pressure of your heart to get the blood to move through the arteries, that pressure against the wall of the arteries, that's called your systolic pressure. That's the number on the top here.
Oh, okay.
Your diastolic is the number on the bottom. That's when your heart is resting. So your heart pumps, pump, and then rest. Pump, then rest. That's how your heart works. So when it's pumping, the higher number, and when it's at rest, the lower number, that is your blood pressure. The systolic over the diastolic, okay? And so the signs that you may have, frequently have dangerous like high blood pressure, frequent headaches, pounding heart and shortness of breath with mild exercise, weakness and dizziness, occasional pain in left shoulder and chest. That's because your heart is on your left side of your chest. And so if you feel pain on this side, that may be. And so if there may be, you might not have any of these until a stroke or heart attack occur. Major causes of primary hypertension: too much salt in the diet. Salt causes you to retain water, which will cause you to have more blood, which will make the pressure go up. Atherosclerosis, systolic hypertension, the top figure in the high blood pressure reading goes higher than 140. It occurs due to a loss of arterial elasticity because the arteries get hard because of the plaque there. It's like putting like little cement in your arteries, so it won't expand when you get afraid. It just holds still. And so that's something that has the hardening of the arteries. Sometimes have you seen the video where they take the man? No, I don't think I can find it quickly. And he had just eaten a burger and milkshake, and the doctor took his blood, and he did like this, and the blood was thick with fat. He said, "Did you just come from eating?" He goes, "Yes, I had a burger and fries and a milkshake." And his blood was so thick. And they opened up his chest, and they would reach in and they pulled out this fatty plaque. The artery was just filled. It was this white, thick, cheese-looking substance in his arteries. Yes, exactly. And so emotional stress causes it. Increased blood viscosity or thickness, meaning you're not drinking enough water. Smoking, because smoking makes your arteries constrict. Obesity, because it means that you have more, you have more blood vessels. The heavier you get, the body has to supply all of that extra tissue with blood. So it has to build more highways and then make more, and so you literally the heart has to work harder. Sit upward, stop. A lack of exercise and heredity. And so these are a few mechanisms involved in hypertension. I already explained some of these things. There are people that are on medications for it. Many medications have something that doesn't allow you to eat grapefruit. And so many people can't have the grapefruit remedy, the natural remedy, because of what is in their medication. And so treatments: lose weight if you're overweight. Just simple exercises. Yes, sir.
What is it about the grapefruit that is remedial?
Brother, it is leaving my mind right now. It's one of those things I have to tell you. There is I would want to say CoQ10, but that's not it. What is that thing in grapefruit? Starts with a Q. Anyway, No. I apologize. I can't remember the name. But what it is in there is literally, what it does is like it's going in like a roto-rooter and just little by little removing the plaque out of the arteries as you eat the grapefruit. But why don't people like grapefruit? Not grapefruit juice, grapefruit. Because it's not sweet. And they like the sweet things. And sweet is one of the reasons why people are in bad health. When I think of it, hopefully it'll come up. But
Cancer.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
And you had said that for using them as a remedy, you would want to take
2 a day, 45 days.
2 a day. 45 days.
In reality, 2 a day for as long as you need it.
And then you would want to avoid certain foods while doing that.
No. I'm going to give you 2 videos.
Ah,
Cured of most disease, that's this one here, he calls it pectin, but that's not the one that I'm thinking about.
Benefits of grapefruits. Oranges and lemons are the most commonly used citrus fruits.
One moment, let me go ahead, what happened to that microphone? Sorry. Thank you, sir. We'll go ahead and watch this video.
But did you know that grapefruits can be great for your health? Grapefruits can be good for your body in many ways. In fact, grapefruit is known as the fruit from paradise because it's very helpful to your health and can also stop sickness from coming. Grapefruits are full of vitamin C, a strong antioxidant. They also have vitamin A, potassium, folate, thiamine, vitamin B6, calcium, iron, copper, phosphorus, and magnesium, and some phytonutrients and flavonoids. Here are the top 10 ways grapefruit can be good for your health. 1. Aids weight loss. Grapefruits are good for people trying to lose weight because they are full of vitamin C, fiber, and water. The vitamin C will help your metabolic system work properly and also control the breaking down of fats, which will help the body burn fat. The fiber and water in grapefruits can even help lessen hunger pains. Grapefruit can also help take in and lower the level of starch and sugar in the body. 2. Stabilizes blood sugar. The American Diabetes Association advises people with diabetes to eat grapefruit. This is because grapefruit is a low glycemic food and does not cause blood sugar to rise right after it's eaten. Also, the flavonoid remedies found in grapefruit raises the body's sensitivity to insulin and can help the body stay at a healthy weight. 3. Protects against cancer. Grapefruit can help lower the risk of cancers of the stomach, colon, bladder, breast, and esophagus. The antioxidant property of grapefruit fights free radicals, which are dangerous cells that are bad for the cells and cause sicknesses like cancer. A study done in 2006 found that grapefruits help fix human DNA in human prostate cancer cells. Remedies helps fix DNA in these cancer cells and stops the body from getting cancer. 4. Reduces risk of kidney stones. Drinking grapefruit juice every day can help lessen the risk of calcium-oxalate kidney stones. Because grapefruits have so much citric acid, they can stop stones from forming and even break up small stones that have already formed. Citric acid makes the urine unfit for stones to form. Grapefruits are good not just for kidney stones, but also for overall kidney health. 5. Protects heart health. Grapefruits are also good for our heart health because they are full of vitamin C. They also have a lot of potassium, which works as a vasodilator, which means that it helps the blood vessels and arteries relax. This lowers blood pressure and lessens the risk of heart attacks and strokes. 6. Lowers bad cholesterol. Grapefruits have a few flavonoids. The main flavonoid, asparagine, in grapefruits raises good high-density lipoprotein, HDL, cholesterol, and lowers bad, low-density lipoprotein, LDL, cholesterol, and triglycerides. A study done in 2006 showed that eating only 1 grapefruit a day can help lower your LDL cholesterol levels by 15.5% and triglycerides by 27%. 7. Boosts immunity. Grapefruits help raise immunity and lessen the problem of kidney infections and common colds. The vitamin C in grapefruit is a powerful antioxidant and cleans out harmful free radicals. skin health. The vitamin C in grapefruit is also good for healthy skin. Vitamin C is needed to make healthy collagen, which helps keep your skin plump and smooth. Also, because of the grapefruit's antioxidants, it fights the body's cell aging that's caused by harmful free radicals. 9. Fights gum disease. Because grapefruits have so much vitamin C, they are very helpful for fighting gum disease. A healthy gum line is important for strong teeth. A study done in 2005 showed that eating grapefruit every day lets them gum breathing in people with gum disease. 10. Cleanses the liver. Grapefruits can help clean out poisons from the liver because it has glutathione, a strong antioxidant that gets rid of free radicals. The phytonutrients in grapefruit, called flavonoids, help take toxins out of the liver by making them melt from water. Also, the flavonoid compound called remedies helps the liver burn fat instead of storing it. Make sure to always buy grapefruit that are firm and springy to the touch. For extra help, choose the pink and red grapefruits. Keep grapefruits stored at room temperature or juicing them to get the most out of them. To better the taste, if you find that your grapefruit juice is too bitter or sour, add juice from green apples or carrots. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.
All right. So let me give you one more. Sometimes the music on these. So it says that consuming foods that are high in potassium can help decrease blood pressure. Getting enough potassium is almost as important as decreasing sodium intake and treating high blood pressure. First, apricots. They're not only good for your eyes, they're rich in potassium with low sodium content, which helps in maintaining healthy blood pressure. Number 2, everybody know what fruit that is?
Avocado.
Avocado. In addition to potassium, avocado is rich in mineral magnesium, also which is important for lowering blood pressure. Half of a medium avocado contains 549 milligrams of potassium, which is more than the potassium content of a banana. So 2 bananas in 1 avocado, 3 banana. An average sized banana contains more than 400 milligrams of potassium and only 1 milligram of sodium. High potassium content and low sodium helps regulating blood pressure. Four, rock melon. In Fiji, we call it rock melon. Cantaloupe contains potassium, vitamin C, and choline, which helps in regulating blood pressure. Cantaloupes are also high in potassium, and they're delicious too. 5, what's that one?
Orange.
Oranges, that's right. Orange is a fruit which is best known for its high vitamin C content. Oranges have potassium content of 326 milligrams, which is with almost no sodium. Isn't that delicious looking? Number 6, what's that one?
Orange.
Grapefruit. That's right. Bioflavonoids content found in grapefruit help in lowering blood pressure. A piece of grapefruit that weighs around 128 grams is said to contain 166 milligrams of potassium, which is also good in regulating what?
Blood pressure.
Blood pressure. 7, melons. So melons, like we saw earlier, also contain high contents of potassium, which is good in keeping blood pressure low. These are also rich in vitamins A and C. So it's going to help your eyes as well as helping your immune system. All right. All right. So some of the remedies I'm going to show you on the screen here. You want to try to lose weight. How do you lose weight? What's the secret to losing weight? That's not really a secret. Decrease the amount of intake of things that are not healthy for you. Increase the amount of exercise that you're getting. Lower poor nutrition. Higher, healthier nutrition. Temperance. And those things are avoiding that which is bad and eating in moderation that which is good. Making sure that you get daily exercise. And even if you aren't able to exercise as much as you want, do something. I always encourage people, listen, if you haven't exercised in years, don't try to run 5 miles. Don't try to run 1 mile. Get up and walk to the door, touch the doorknob, and turn around and go sit down. And then in about 10 minutes or an hour, you get up and you go and you walk to the door, and you go, this time you go outside the door and you shut it, and then you go, okay, and then you go back and you sit down. Each time it's strengthening you, you're adding steps. Now this time you go out and you walk all the way to the sidewalk, and you come and you sit down. Then you get up and you say, you know what, I'm going to walk down to the block, edge of the block, if you're in the city. Or I'm going to walk down to the neighbor's house. And you get up and you walk down to the neighbor's house, you stretch and you realize I'm outside. And then you go back to your house. And then you get up and you do it again. Step by step by step. You keep taking more steps until you're walking a mile a day, 2 miles a day, then you're walking a mile out and a mile back. Then you're walking 2 miles out and 2 miles back. And then you're walking 2.5 miles back out and 2.5 miles back. And it's only been 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You're like, I just walked 5 miles. Then you're like, you know what I'm going to do next time? I'm going to try to jog a little bit. I'm going to walk, jog. And then you walk, jog 1 mile. You walk, jog 2 miles. You walk, jog 3 miles. And you're getting exercise. You're going to sweat. And that means you're going to get more air, open air. You're going to be breathing better. One moment, sister. When you're doing it outside, you're going to get some sunshine. And all of these are going to help you in losing weight. And you're doing this, if you need help mentally, you take the Lord with you. And say, Lord, will you go for a walk with me? And he loves to walk. Because that's what he did when he was here. He only rode a horse once, I think.
Right.
And then so you're trusting God. Step by step in your walking. And when you come back, you're going to want to drink lots of water. Sorry, that's the wrong one. That's plenty of rest. You're going to drink lots of water. And at nighttime, you're going to get sleep. And your sleep is going to be restful. And when you eat, you're not going to want to eat something. You're not going to eat to reward yourself for doing good. You're going to eat so that you keep losing the weight. And this is going to strengthen by God's grace. Now, if you go out and you realize, wait a second, you know one of the reasons why I don't suggest, as an educator, I don't suggest people go try to do a bunch of exercise at first, if you haven't been doing it. The parts are rusty. When you start to do this, you want to increase the amount of water you're drinking. And you're weighing yourself, and you're like, oh, I weigh 300 pounds. I should probably drink half of my body's weight in ounces. 150 ounces a day, which is just slightly over a gallon. And listen, I know people that drink 2 liters of soda every day. It's possible. Yeah, stop. So drink more water, and you're going to have better health when your hypertension is going to start coming down. And the food that you're going to increase eating, garlic is going to be your new best friend. Garlic and grapefruit, your 2 new best friends. Adding garlic to your food, taking garlic teas, and there's a remedy that I don't, it's only if your blood pressure is really high do we suggest this one, and it's you do it at your own I don't think there's anything bad that can happen to you, but, you know, if your blood pressure is really high, you can give yourself a garlic tea enema. Garlic tea. The tea you would drink, and you let it cool down. You don't put too hot, that would be bad. And you put it in an enema bottle, or you put it in an enema bag, and you give yourself an enema with garlic tea, and it's going to make your blood pressure come down very quickly, so that if it's very, very high. I'm talking about, what now?
A bowl.
You want to use, yes, a bulb of garlic when you do this one, not just 3 cloves. That's a remedy. But oh man, wouldn't it be better to go get some exercise? But if you can't get the exercise because you can't walk across the room because your blood pressure's too high, garlic tea. You can drink it, you can have an enema with it. Either way, each end, it will help you. Any questions?
I can just testify to the truth of this because my dad, before he came off the truck, he was.
Hold on. There you go.
I was just gonna say I can testify to the truth of this because my dad, before he came off the truck, he was always working and always eating fast foods, and the doctors were telling him, you better be careful because your blood pressure is getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since we stopped eating meat, eating better, it has all vanished. No more lower back pain. The weight is gone. He weighs just as much as me now, even a little lighter. And he used to be way heavier in the 170s. He weighs 132 now.
Wow.
And he used to be 175. And that happened in like a couple of months.
Yes.
Just from eating differently and getting a little bit more exercise.
Yes.
So I think that's
Exercise, drinking water, and eating differently. Those are the natural remedies for hypertension. Let's back. Oh, question?
I just was wondering what you would suggest for just practically putting into practice eating differently, because many people, including myself, up to around 18 or 19 years old, have been eating the same way for their entire lives, and just sometimes it seems like, just to stop eating meat entirely seems impossible or impractical. What do I eat? What do I do? And just knowing even what to buy at the food store can be a task. So I was curious what you would suggest.
When I first made a decision to become a total vegetarian, I actually had a very challenging 6 months. I was on what's called a dog food diet. I was eating big burritos from the fast food place for about 6 months. Because I don't cook, or rather, when I did cook, I would come home from work, I would put a steak in the broiler or a chicken breast in the broiler. I would have potato and, mashed potato or a baked potato or rice and some kind of vegetable and a bunch of A1 or steak sauce, barbecue sauce. That's what was the meal for me, but the meat was it. And so I said, Lord, what do I do? And for a while, he just let me kind of do that because I had to make a decision first. So once I made the decision and I decided to stick with it, then he started putting me in contact. Okay, there are other things you can eat. You don't have to eat burritos all the time or Subway. Subway veggie sandwiches, that's, my family actually is like, my wife is like, do we have to go there and eat this? Not that we eat, it's just that because what else are you going to do? It's nothing in Subway. If you're a vegetarian, salad on bread. That's what it is. They're going to put salad on bread. And so, my first suggestion is rather than trying to change everything at once, start adding things. The best way to change a habit is add to an old habit. So if you normally eat meat, go ahead and eat some meat, but consciously decide to eat more salad first before you eat your meat. So you have the same things on your plate, but then you begin to eat more of the better things first, which will strengthen you which will strengthen you so that you can then now start to say, okay, I ate my salad first. I used to have the salad and the steak and whatever else, and I would eat the steak, and the salad would still be sitting there. And I'm like, oh. Or I would eat whatever it was, even if it was vegetarian, and I would eat the salad last. Then I said, you know what? From now on, I'm going to eat the salad first. And I put myself on a regulation: eat your salad and your vegetables first, then eat whatever else, even of the good, healthy, good vegetarian food. And when you begin to eat like this in a systematic order, I'm going to eat from raw to cooked. Then you'll start to notice that you're going to have, things will change with your body. You'll have better bowel movements. You're going to start to notice, and then you'll say, wait a second. You'll say, wait a second. And then when you realize, okay, I don't want to overeat. I'm already full. I just ate the salad and whatever else. And so this is the thing I would suggest. Add to an old habit something new that you want to do. The same with water drinking. If you want to start drinking water, don't drink with your meals. Decide that right before I eat, I'm going to drink 10 minutes before I eat, 15 minutes before I eat, I'm going to drink my water then. Okay? You add to an old habit something new, and that's when it will stick. Go ahead.
Now, this is a little bit going off topic or to a different topic, but is there a reason why, for example, just in my own experience, I have lots of bowel movements a day, but a lot of times, just a little bit at a time. Is there a reason for that?
Yes. We need, in your bowels, in your large intestine, is where the body draws off water. And if you are not, well, two things. One, if you're not drinking enough water, especially if you know you're not having strong enough bowel movements, you want to make sure that you're drinking enough water. Drink enough during the daytime. And so when you're drinking enough water, even if it means you have to measure it out. The Bible talks about that measuring your water out. And you have to measure and say, I'm going to drink this much. I'm going to divide it into threes, and I'm going to drink this much. Even if it means you're drinking more than the 4 ounces, which normally you can absorb at any time. But you're drinking your water like 3 sessions. You're drinking whatever your total amount of water. 4 sessions. And you're drinking it so that your body has enough, so that your body doesn't mind allowing more water to go out in your fecal matter. Because that's what your large intestine is doing, is drawing off water. And so and then start to eat more fruit that has water in it. So eat more waterlogged fruits, as it were, fruits with water in it, the melons and different ones, the fruits have lots of water in them. And,
Grapes.
Grapes are especially good, any juicy fruit.
Okay, that's probably one of the problems. Not enough juicy fruit, because I love oat porridge, dry cereal with milk.
Yes, yeah. Dry cereal was good with a little bit of milk, but again, water is in the fruit, and drink extra water. That's going to help you. Anyone else? All right, let's close with prayer. Father in heaven, again, we surrender, and thank you again for talking about these natural remedies. Lord, we want to be better. Help us, I pray, in Jesus' name. Amen. God bless. Enjoy your day.